Oh, finally a few minutes to sit and relax after this weekend's activities. And I have to tell you, my weekend would have been so different if I was still drinking alcohol. I mean, looking back at it now, whereas normally I would have friends over or we would go out on a Friday night and drink until midnight or well into the evening, and then feeling really lethargic and irritated and frustrated the next morning, depressed and not keen to do anything, then either kick on or, just have to have another glass of wine to just cope with whatever needs to be done on that day. And then Sunday basically spending recovering again and just doing everything preparing for the week. Whereas now, being sober for a few months, it's just nothing like that anymore. Everything is just stable. There's no erratic behavior. There's actually quite amazing conversations with the people in my life that I love. And just amazing relationships with my children. And I cannot believe today that still we are so brainwashed to think that alcohol is this glamorous thing that we need to do. If I had to say every single bad decision I've made in my life, it was either whilst I was drinking or whilst I was recovering. And it's just different. Yeah, like people view you a little bit differently when you don't drink alcohol for sure, because you're just not that life of the party anymore. But it has opened doors in my life now that I've never had access to, because I was just in this mind frame that this is life, this is society, this is what we do. But think about when you're a child, you just live your best life without any substance, just life. But then when you hit your teens, you made to believe that it's this thing that we need to do to be happy or to cope, or it takes the pain away. But with all the research and everything we know today about alcohol, it's flabbergasting that people still choose to do it on such a regular basis. And now, because I'm a very firm believer in nutrition and having some kind of balance in your life, whether you decide to keep drinking or whatever, but alcohol alters the way you think and the way you implement things in your life for change. So when you are planning to lose weight or you want to do things on your nutrition, if you are drinking, it's going to be a huge hurdle. That is going to be your main hurdle. And I can speak from experience because I've been there for many years. And I wish I knew in my early 20s what I knew now, what I know now. It is a completely different story. And especially now that I'm in my 40s, far out, man. I feel like I've missed out, but I'm not looking back at regret. I'm just thinking I'm super grateful that my eyes has opened and I can see it better now, because it eliminates a lot of problems in your own mind and in your family if you don't drink alcohol. For fucking sure. It's not an easy thing to quit, but even now that I think about it as well, as much as I was doing it and how hard it because if somebody had to say to me 5 years ago I wasn't going to drink when I'm in my 40s, I would have laughed at them because it was so part of my life. It was part of my life. And now it's so unpart of my life. I don't think about it. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I think, oh yeah, that'll be nice. But then as soon as I think of doing it, I go, oh, but I don't want to feel acidic. And I don't want to feel depressed. And I want to get up in the morning and feel healthy and fit and be there for my kids and for my partner and for my family and for everything, whoever is part of your life. You want to be actively involved, and alcohol shades it. It shades the true meaning of life. It does, because it's so socially acceptable. And yeah, and not a lot of people see the truth. But from my experience, game changer, absolute game changer. Might not have those highs, but I sure as hell do not have those lows. And the stability is bliss, absolute bliss. Yeah, I'll talk more about it as I go on with my nutrition and also my training programs. But yeah, if you can, try it. It's amazing.